we're shifting focus from Mumbai to Jhansi, where Uma Bharti is in full Rani of Jhansi mode. Uma Bharti, of course, wanted to contest against Sonia Gandhi. Sonia Gandhi has filed her nominations in Rai Bareli today, but it seems the BJP did not go along with Baba Ramdev's proposal. Uma Bharti is now joining us live from Jhansi. Uma ji, thanks for joining us. How disappointed or upset are you that the party did not support your wish and Baba Ramdev's wish that you should take on Sonia Gandhi?
It's such a beautiful thing that you are asking this question. First, I'll apologize. There's a big sound behind me, and because of that, there's a little bit disturbance because there's a public meeting going on behind me. So I'm sorry if you are not able to hear me properly.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay.
No, we can hear you fine.
Then
boliye aaram se.
Okay. Then I can clear this that it was not a proposal of Baba Ramdev ji at all. It was the proposal of one of our office bearers, who got some suggestions from Rai Bareli. The people of Rai Bareli, the BJP people of Rai Bareli wanted him to tell Rajnath ji to field me in Rai Bareli. But my name was announced already in Jhansi. So actually that office bearer requested Baba Ramdev, because I said that we will need the support of Baba Ramdev. So it was not the proposal of Baba Ramdev also, and it was not my wish. It was a kind of wish of the people of Rai Bareli. Then Rajnath ji realized that by my removal from Jhansi may damage Jhansi and the other seat which are around Jhansi. Then I gave a suggestion that if you think that it is necessary for me to fight, then I can fight both the seat. And I left it I left the decision to the leadership. So please, it is not Ramdev ji at all. It was not his wish, but we were asking his support,
but Ramdev ji
because he has got a big following in Rai Bareli.
Ramdev ji said on camera. But Ramdev ji said on camera that Uma Bharti is very keen to contest from Rai Bareli. Now my question to you is, there are other leaders in your party, Mr. Modi included, who are contesting from 2 seats. So why do you think you were stopped from contesting for 2 seats? Because Mr. Ajay Agarwal, they have put up against Sonia Gandhi, is not as strong a candidate as you are. Would you agree with that? That you would have been a stronger candidate against Sonia Gandhi than Ajay Agarwal?
Baba Ramdev ji said very rightly. Because when the office bearer actually instructed me and he had a talk with Baba Ramdev ji, after the support of Baba Ramdev, I knew that he has got such a strength in Rai Bareli. Baba Ramdev has got a big support all over the country, and he has got a big support in Rai Bareli. So I was very keen, and there was no hesitation. And I believe that it is not such a big thing. And it's not that I should defeat Sonia Gandhi, because I am not an egoistic person. Sonia Gandhi should be defeated because she takes them granted. She takes Rai Bareli granted. She should be defeated. That is my wish.
But would you have had a better chance? Would you have had a better chance at challenging her than the present candidate, according to you?
In my opinion, every challenge is a challenge. And if you remember that Rajnath was not a known figure when he defeated Indira Gandhi. And the situation is almost emergency-like. So you remember Rajnarayan, who defeated Sonia Gandhi. He was not a known figure. So even Ajay Agarwal is like that. He is a good lawyer, and he will be known after he defeats Sonia Gandhi. He will be a known figure.
But are you a bit disappointed? Be honest, because I know that you were keen to contest from both seats. Are you a bit disappointed?
Not at all. I was not at all eager. The whole thing suddenly came up where there is no fault of Baba Ramdev and there is no fault of Rajnath Singh ji and there is no fault of Uma Bharti. Suddenly the proposal came from somebody else, and then suddenly the report came from Jhansi and other seats that it is not good to remove me from here. That is the only reason. So nobody is disappointed. The only thing is that I want to go to Rai Bareli and I will campaign for Ajay Agarwal, and we will make every attempt to defeat Sonia Gandhi.
Okay, I want to ask you, today your party has criticized Sonia Gandhi for meeting the Shahi Imam in Delhi. BJP has said this is polarizing politics. But if the BJP can consult religious leaders like Baba Ramdev or Yogi Adityanath, who's of course been a member of parliament, then what is wrong if the Congress also wants to meet religious leaders? Why is the BJP criticizing Sonia Gandhi for Shahi Imam when someone like Baba Ramdev has such a big influence on even the BJP's ticket distribution?
We cannot compare Baba Ramdev with Shahi Imam or Adityanath. Yogi Adityanath is a politician. He is a member of BJP. and he is a member of parliament from BJP. And Baba Ramdev is a social reformer. He is a very different person. He cannot compare him with a fanatic person.
But isn't
like
Baba
Shahi Imam.
Ramdev also a religious leader? Isn't it mixing religion
He is
with
a yogi.
politics?
Yeah, he is a yogi. No, he is not mixing
yogi.
religion with politics. Because whatever he is doing is a social reform. Whatever he is doing is a social reform. He does not give religious discourses. He gives discourses on yoga and nationalism. And nationalism is spiritualism. It is not any kind of division on the name of or on the basis of religion.
But Umaji, should Baba Ramdev have such a big say in who the BJP gives tickets to?
I could not hear. Sorry, can you repeat it?
I'm saying, should Baba Ramdev be able to influence the BJP on who they give tickets to, how they choose their candidates?
Okay, I don't know that much. I don't know. I think he does not interfere in those things, and he is not very much involved with the politics also. He has told everyone to join with his spirit of nationalism, and he is a great leader and great reformer, social reformer like Dayanand Vivekananda. I believe he is in that tradition.
But there's been some criticism of him for the kind of language he's used for Sonia Gandhi. Do you approve of the kind of language Baba Ramdev has been using for Sonia Gandhi?
Oh my God! You see the language Congress leaders use for Baba Ramdev. You remember Digvijay Singh called him even thug, and Sonia Gandhi kept silent. She did not even apologize. I think Congress people should remember what kind of language their leaders are using.
Okay, Umaji, I want to ask you, you have, in English there is a phrase that you can damn somebody with faint praise. So when you called Narendra Modi a unique leader who draws crowds, but you said he's not a good orator, whereas everybody else says कि बहुत ही बढ़िया बोलते हैं, और आपने उनको कह दिया he's not a good orator. Firstly, you're very brave in the BJP to say something even remotely skeptical about Narendra Modi. What did you mean?
एक्चुअली मैंने आगे क्या बोला पीछे क्या बोला वो आपने दिखाया है, तो मेरे साथ अच्छी बात ये रही कि कम से कम एनडीटीवी ने बाद में पहले तो गड़बड़ किया आपने और फिर दिखा दिया। अब तो मैंने तय किया बाबा इस विषय पे बोलना ही नहीं, क्योंकि आप लोग मुझे लगता है कुछ बातों के लिए बैठे हो कि हम गलती से कुछ बोल दें और नहीं तो आप ही हमसे कुछ बुलवा लें। तो हमने तय किया इस विषय पे हमें नहीं बोलना। मैं तो ये कह रही हूँ कि लाखों लाख करोड़ों करोड़ लोग नरेंद्र मोदी को ये कहने के लिए आ रहे हैं कि हम तुम्हारे साथ हैं, और इसलिए नरेंद्र मोदी के दो जन्म हुए हैं, एक उनकी माँ की कोख से और दूसरा भारत के लोगों की आत्मा की आकांक्षा से कोख से जन्म हुआ है। और लाखों लाख उनको लोग जो हैं उनका सपोर्ट करने के लिए कि हम तुम्हारे साथ खड़े, उनको ये कहने के लिए आ रहे हैं। मैं एक्चुअली मैं कॉम्प्लीमेंट कर रही थी उनको जिस तरह से मीडिया ने उसको कर दिया, लेकिन बाद में आपने सबने ठीक कर दिया, इसके लिए मैं आपको धन्यवाद देती। इसलिए बाबा मैं इतनी डर गई हूँ कि अब मेरे को इस विषय मैं नरेंद्र मोदी से नहीं डर गई, मैं टीवी से डर गई, बरखा दत्त से डर गई, एनडीटीवी से डर गई, बाकी चैनल से डर गई, मैं ये कह रही हूँ। इसलिए मैं इस विषय पे नहीं बोलूंगी, इस विषय पे नहीं बोल सकती। आप इसके लाइक आई एम सीइंग अ घोस्ट। ओके
नो, पर आपने जरूर ये बोला, आपने ये तो बोला, आप मानेंगी, आपने ये कहा कि बहुत लाखों लोग को लाते हैं, इज अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग लीडर, यूनिक लीडर, पर आपने ये जरूर बोला कि वो वाजपेयी जैसे ऑरेटरी नहीं करते। फिर आपने आज बोला कि मैं तो अडवाणी के बारे में भी ये कहती हूँ, अडवाणी भी अच्छा ऑरेटर नहीं है और मोदी भी अच्छा ऑरेटर नहीं है।
मुझे एक बात बताओ कि आप अडवाणी जी की इतनी प्रशंसक हो गई और नरेंद्र मोदी की, ये नरेंद्र मोदी को मैं कॉम्प्लीमेंट भेजूंगी कि उल्टा हो गया, उमा भारती ये बोल रही हो, बरखा देती है बोल रही, कितनी बड़ी बात है। थैंक यू वेरी मच। थैंक यू।
नो,
नाउ यू आर डिफेंडिंग हिम, राइट? गुड, इट्स गुड। नहीं, मैं इस विषय पे नहीं बोल सकती, बरखा बहुत दिक्कत है।
नहीं, इस विषय पे क्यों नहीं बोल सकती?
इस विषय पे
व्हाई डू यू नॉट वांट टू स्पीक?
ना आप लोग बहुत प्रॉब्लम करते हैं बाबा, ये विषय नहीं है। विषय है कि यहाँ विषय यह है कि काला धन वापस लाना, करप्शन पे कंट्रोल करना। विषय यह है कि हमारे इधर के सिर काट के उधर ले जाए गए। अब अगर पाकिस्तान ने ऐसी हरकत की और नरेंद्र मोदी प्रधानमंत्री होंगे तो उधर की मुंडियां उधर के सिर कट के अब इधर आएंगे। ये है विषय जो लोग जानना चाहते हैं। देश का क्या होगा, एफडीआई इन रिटेल का क्या होगा। ये जो बातें आप कह रहे हैं इसका कोई मतलब है? अरविंद केजरीवाल ने जो बातें कही, मैं गाड़ी में नहीं बैठूंगा, मैं अंगरक्षक नहीं लूंगा, मैं बंगला नहीं लूंगा, ये नॉन इशू को इशू बनाना, मैं इन बातों में नहीं पड़ूंगी।
अच्छा, आपसे पूछना चाहूंगी,
मैं बंगले में भी रहूंगी, मैं झोपड़ी में भी रहूंगी, मैं बैलगाड़ी में भी बैठूंगी, मैं हवाई जहाज भी उड़ाऊंगी, जिसमें देश का भला होगा मैं तो वो करूंगी।
That's well said. मैं बंगले में भी रहूंगी और मैं झोपड़पट्टी में भी रहूंगी is well said. I think that's very interestingly said, and you're not being politically correct. You're saying what you think. But I want to ask you, are you worried about the perception कि बीजेपी के अंदर एक झगड़ा चल रहा है कि जसवंत सिंह, let's look at Jaswant Singh, one of your most prominent faces from Vajpayee's time has been thrown out. वो कहते हैं कि this is because Narendra Modi is running a self-centric campaign. How do you see Jaswant Singh's expulsion, Uma Bharti?
Thank you, Barkha. Such a beautiful question you have asked, and you have given me a chance to send a message to Jaswant Singh ji, and the whole nation is witness right now. I will request Jaswant Singh ji, he must remember, he is the one who decided with the Advani ji and Atal ji to throw me out, and he said that person and personality and their desires will not rule this party, discipline will rule the party. I will request Jaswant Singh ji, he is a great soldier, he is an army man, he must practice what he was preaching me. He is the one who threw me out, he is the one who he announced it that Uma Bharti should be out, and he took disciplinary action against me. I am sorry that he has forgotten it because he did not get a seat.
So you are saying कि अच्छा हुआ. Basically you are saying कि अच्छा हुआ बाहर फेंक दिया.
No, I am so sorry. I respect him, he is a great soul, he is a great saint, and you believe this what I am saying, that he is a great saint because he lives a very saintly life. So I have a very personal respect like a father and like a guru, but what he taught me, discipline, and he is the one who he announced it that I should be out on the basis of discipline. So all I am requesting him, he must practice what he was preaching me. He was telling me, he was teaching me discipline. He is a soldier, why he forgot the same discipline?
Okay, I have a last question for you, Umaji. Are you worried that there is a, you know, how Mr. Advani was treated in the run-up to his seat distribution? There is a sense that the BJP has an old guard versus new guard battle. I remember आपने वाराणसी में एक बार ही बोला था 2011 में that Advani is still the fittest leader to lead the BJP. लोग आपके कोई पुराने वीडियो भी निकाल के Facebook पे डाल रहे हैं where you had said about नरेंद्र मोदी वो विकास पुरुष नहीं है, वो विनाश पुरुष है. ये वीडियो भी सर्कुलेट हो रहा है. Do you see yourself as somebody who's with LK Advani today and not with Mr. Modi?
That statement I gave when I was in Jan Shakti. That was 7 years back. Even America had changed its view about Narendra Modi. Even you have changed your view about Narendra Modi. And so I cannot discuss because Election Commission has laid certain rules. And one of the rules is that no debate can be used and nothing, no argument can be taken on the old statement in this election. This is right now election campaign and people are listening. So no comment on this. But the other thing I will say, there is no conflict at all. It is Advani ji who always supported Narendra Modi, who always gave him blessings, and he will bless him always. He is like a son to him. That I know, I am witness to it, that Narendra Modi is like a son to Advani ji. And Advani ji's blessings are always with him.
But how can you say Advani ji has no problems? He resigned from all party posts when Mr. Modi was appointed as head of the campaign committee. Later, he had to be persuaded to accept the Gandhinagar seat. Even Uddhav Thackeray wrote an editorial in Samna saying how Advani ji was treated was not fair. What do you think? Do you think Advani ji was humiliated and has been forced to contest from Gandhinagar?
They are 1 year old things which have no base now. Right now the things are that Narendra Modi is a Prime Minister candidate, Advani ji is appreciating him, and Advani ji has said that he'll be a better Prime Minister even than Jawaharlal Nehru. That is what Advani ji is saying right now, and I believe that there is a wave in this country in the favor of Narendra Modi, and the reason for the wave is his charismatic personality, the development in Gujarat, and plus the misdeeds and the ill doings of the UPA government also. So we are going to go ahead with more than 300 seats. That's what I believe right now. That is the confidence I am living in.
And before we end, what is the place of Hindutva in this campaign? Today we have seen Mr. Modi's speech suddenly talking about slaughterhouses, suddenly talking about pink revolution. But otherwise, he has positioned himself as having, at least in his campaigns, as doing a development-oriented agenda. Where is the place for Hindutva in these elections according to you?
Hindutva is a pran of this country. The country is surviving because of Hindutva. because Hindutva is the faith. Hindutva is a philosophy which says that worship every
how can you say the country is surviving because of Hindutva? No, what do you mean the country is surviving because of Hindutva? There's more than one religion in this country.
Yes, because the country is secular, and country is secular because of the concept of Hinduism. Pakistan could not remain secular, Bangladesh could not remain secular, because the basic core of this country is Hindutva. That's why this country is secular.
But isn't the difference between India and Bangladesh and Pakistan that we do not have a state religion? We are not a theocracy. We are a pluralistic country.
Because of Hindutva. Because of Hindutva. You are secular, Barkha, because you are a Hindu. Benazir Bhutto was not secular because he was not a Hindu.
Are you saying you
Mulayam Singh is secular because he is Hindu.
I am secular because I am a Hindu. Muslims are secular? No, 1 minute. Are you saying no Muslims are secular?
I will not say.
No Buddhists are secular, no Sikhs are secular?
No. You are taking my, what I am saying is totally in a different direction. I will not say that every Muslim is a fanatic. Like you cannot say that every Hindu is a secular, so I cannot say that every Muslim is not a fanatic. But Hinduism is secularism, the real secularism, which believe that respect every way of thinking, and that is Hindutva, and that is the reason why this country is secular. And you said that we are forgetting Hindutva. We cannot, because even Barkha Dutt could not forget the Hindutva, and ultimately she had to ask this question about Hindutva. It means you also believe in Hindutva, you also want Hindutva, you want Hindutva to remain in the debate.
No, it doesn't mean that I believe in Hindutva. It means that it's my job to ask this question. It's my job to ask Umaji this question, because we want to understand whether Mr. Modi is catering to the Hindutva hardline constituency, or is he trying to cater to people? There are many voters today, young voters, who are not interested in Hindutva. आपके जो 90s में politics थे वो 2014 में तो नहीं हो सकते ना. बाबरी मस्जिद के टाइम जो politics थे वो आज तो नहीं चलेंगे.
When we talk about faith, then we have to give this answer. When I went to fight election in Madhya Pradesh, I don't know how much time you have. Then it was Digvijay Singh actually who wanted to discuss Hindutva, and I wanted to discuss development. And I said, let the election be finished, then we will discuss Hindutva. So Hindutva does not oppose, and Hindutva is not against development. Hindutva is part of development, Ramaraj. The concept of development is good governance, and good governance is combined with Sadak, Bijli, Pani, electricity, good road, and good law and order. That is Hindutva, that is Ramaraj, and Ramaraj is Hindutva.
Okay, we leave it there. Uma Bharti, always controversial, but I think
thank
we must
you for
say
reminding
that
me, Hindutva Barkha. Thank you very much. I thank you very much for reminding me.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. It's a continuing debate around the campaign. Uma Bharti live from Jhansi. Thanks so much for joining us. Uma Bharti always manages to say something that has you debating it for a long time. After that, thank you so much for joining us, and that brings us to the end of this broadcast tonight. We're from Mumbai, but in the next episode we'll see you from a different part of the country, as the show is on the road to 2014, traveling through key constituencies, bringing you ground reports, voices from different cities, and interviews with the key newsmakers on the campaign trail. From the entire team, thanks for watching. Goodbye.